You're watching Explore Tulsa.
Anyone who sits down at one of these machines and starts sewing, if you have the right thing in front of you, there's no way you can't get into it. I'm a welder and fabricator. Sewing is like I'm just welding with thread. I wanted to teach myself how to upholster my boat and go fishing. Went and bought a $99 Singer, said heavy duty on it at Joann's, and got some upholstery fabric and broke the machine immediately. I'm a fabricator and I work on my own equipment, cranes, and just anything. I can work on anything. And I saw what was wrong with it and I thought, well, I'll just go get a part. So when I went to get the part, they kind of giggled at me. And then a lady outside the counter giggled, so I looked at her and I said, what am I missing? What's up? And she said, well, these are kind of throwaway machines. And she handed me an old card and told me to call this guy and he could hook me up. And so I called him, and when I went over and got there was 3 machines on the floor. And he said, you can have this one. And it was a black Singer. You can have this one if you can find homes for the other 2. And I know a lot of people. I've been in Tulsa for 30 years. And so I found 2 homes for people that would want to use them. The boats, I finished it. There's chairs downstairs. That was the very first project of it. But I did eventually do the interior of the boat while I was actually falling in love with the sewing culture. It took a little bit. I'd become some sort of drop-off point for sentimental machines. I would come home and there'd be machines at my door without a note or anything, And sometimes I'd have a note, can you please find a home for this or whatever. I ran out of people to give to. So a friend pointed out, well, why don't you get on Facebook? So I joined a group of sewing enthusiasts. I didn't even know that something like that existed. Then it kind of snowballed. And I fell in love with it, It's like once you love something, you start noticing it's everywhere. Someone mentions, well, you ought to open a museum. I posed the question, well, where's the nearest sewing museum? And all I got was cricket noises. So I started doing a bunch of research about other museums, sewing museums. Now in Europe, they have some really big, nice ones. That's old money, but it's still a no touch, So the problem with that kind of museum is you go one time, you've seen it and that's it. In this place here, if you want to make a saddle, you can make one. Or if you want to make lace, you can make your own lace here. Or you can make a wedding dress. Or you can do shoes. Or you can make boots or hats. I asked the professionals that come visit, I said, what can't you do here? That's my way of trying to figure out what have I missed. And not a single person has come up with something. And everything's hands-on in here. Like these machines in the background, including the spinning wheels, these work. If you want to use one of these machines, we'll bring it down and then teach you how to service it yourself. And because we have all that too. And you can use whatever machine you want in here. There's probably 4 or 5 that we don't use or won't allow to be used because of the significance of them. But there's probably between 700 and 800 here. I probably have another 700 or 800 machines. Some of them are significant, some of them are historical. Some of them are extremely rare. I don't know anyone that's actually even come in here and not thought, wow, this is actually kind of cool.